Hey everybody, welcome to Strings and Spirits, episode 7. Thank you to the 28 subscribers that have been here. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're not going to do strings, we're not going to do spirits. We're going to do nails. Welcome to Strings and Spirits.
I don't think so.
Welcome back. So before we get started with the whole process, let me tell you about why I do it, why you might want to do it, and then I'll just show you what you need. So my nails are thin and they tend to break, and gelling on top of the nails actually allows them to grow and it gives them really good strength. So for you, you might want to do this if your nails are weak, if they're brittle, if you just want to give something new a try. Now, what do you need? Well, you need a bunch of files. That's the easy part. Cotton or something, cotton swabs. These I tend to use with this, and usually I soak this cotton in acetone and I put it over my nail like this, and then we put those like that. That holds the acetone on. We have a little bit different way to do that if you don't like those. These are acetone as well. They open up, you put your finger in it, and it tapes closed like this. It's very cool. So we'll be using these today. This is a nail prep dehydrator, and you'll see as we do it, this is going to take away the oils. Then what we're going to do is put a base gel. This allows a good adherence of the gel. And then this is what's called the builder gel. This is just a firmer, hard gel. So I'll tend to put that along the middle of my finger nail, and it prevents bending. And you'll see sometimes they get kind of weak even with the regular gel. These are two types of top coats. One is shiny, one is matte. Currently I have matte. My nails look like garbage, but they look very natural with this one. This is a drill, or like a Dremel. Oh, my battery's off. And that'll help clean up any gel that you have left over, and just a bunch of different nail files. The UV lamp. You'll need a UV lamp after every application of a gel because they cure with UV. It's 30 seconds, very easy. That's it. Let's get to it. All right, well, here's a setup for today, everybody. Thanks for being here. Let's start with my hands. They're not very nice, unfortunately, at the moment. My thumb, you can see right about there, my thumbnail broke, and I extended this gel last time, so you can see underneath where the nail was, right? There's not much grow out here, but if you look over on this nail, you can see there's about the thickness of the file, there's some grow out, but the rest are all my nail. Okay, they're pretty long at the moment. I let them be. This one too, quite a bit of grow out. Excuse the little dryness there and cut, but right there, sorry about that, right there is a little, quite a bit of grow out as well. And you can see they're pretty long. So we're going to remove these gels. So what we do, this one is actually pretty cool. You can see it actually has a couple different things. There's a little plastic sheath right there. And you're going to put this, you can see that inside of it is a little acetone. Put this here like this, and then this little sheet is going to peel off, and then we can fold that onto each other, my big fat fingers, and that should hold on for as long as I need it to. This will take about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes to fully get rid of all of the gel to soften it up enough. And you could buy a box of like 300 of these things for like $7 or $8. They're pretty cheap. The acetone won't harm you, but it will dry your skin, quite a bit. So make sure to oil or lotion when you're done. You can't just use a cotton ball and wipe like you're removing nail polish. Gel needs a lot of soaking. Some people put a cotton ball into foil, soak it with acetone, then wrap the foil like this. Or you can take this, soak it with acetone, And then, like I said, you can put that in here and then put this on top of the nail like that and walk around with those, which I kind of like actually, but I figured I'd do this one. This one's probably a little easier for everybody. And we will prep in the next 10 or 15 minutes to do the rest of the nails. Bye. All right, so we're back. It's been about, well, it's been longer than 15 minutes, but I've changed them once, and let's see what happens here. By the way, at about 10 minutes, they were pretty much ready to come off, but almost, but not quite. So I put them on a little bit more. It's always surprising. Let's see if you can get an idea of what these look like here. See how it pretty much lifted the gels? Ooh, where am I? There we go. Right? Pretty much lifted most of it off right there. Okay. Now my thumb, I took it off because I recently, like I said, I put an extension on the thumb and there's not a lot of grow out. And so I'm just going to file down and put a new coat over it. And I have a little chip over here somewhere, over there somewhere, and so we'll file it all. I think first, let's just do the basics. I'm just going to just hit it with the file, a little block. It's nothing too significant, just to get any loose ends off. Now, it's probably harder to see here, but once you are in front of it, it makes a little more sense. So I'm going to use my Dremel here. It has a little switch and a little speed control. Go almost probably 80%. And this is like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. And you don't want to keep it at any one spot too long because it will burn. Okay, and just kind of keep it moving, and you'll start to see where there's no more gel. And this one is coming off very nicely. I'm not having to really do much. Once again, just be careful. Don't hold it in one spot too long, and you don't even need to push. Let kind of the weight of it. Like I'm just kind of putting the weight of it, but I'm controlling it because if I don't, it'll fly off in the direction that it's spinning. So I could kind of feel, still a little rough, but I could see that the nail, so you can see it bending, right? That's, the gel's pretty much gone, okay? I'll touch most of that up. Ooh. I'll touch most of that up with the regular file. Get it smooth. You want to pull the skin away, and you got to prep it all over the edges. Over here too. Okay, there's not much. And the big place to really prep is right down at the cuticle. I want to get that as far back as possible and really kind of prepare that. And of course, preparing, in this case, since we're removing, is also removal. So let's do this too. I used to go to a place to get it done, and I remember walking in the first time. Oddly, you know, I'm not one to feel self-conscious, but I was like, you know, I need nail extensions. I need my nails done. I need to put some gels. I need to extend, you know, all these things. They looked at me like I was nuts.
But you have to wait for Lotus now.
Well, how long is that going to take? I have like a million things to do.
이 공주님 바빠서 빨리빨리 가야 되는데 기다릴 수도 없댄가. 버스 탈 참돈도 없었대. 아유, 가야지 공주님.
What?
But then, you know, they found out I was a guitarist, and it kind of made sense. It gave them some training on male nails, because they don't do that very often. And of course, my nails are wider. Most males have wider nail beds than females, so they started keeping a little bit wider ones for me. And it's not a very expensive thing. It's maybe 25 to 40 bucks. Actually, I'd say probably 25 to 40 bucks every 2 to 3 weeks. And I figured, well, I could do this at home. Now, as my nails were growing out, I did put, you can see this one's almost all gone. And this one's pretty thick. You could hear it. Listen to this. A lot of gel at the tip. So we'll just keep it moving. As my nail was growing out, I would put I put these gel extensions. So they put like a full coffin, they call it a coffin, a full nail over my nail and extended it and then gelled it. So I had fake nails and they looked okay. I wasn't painting them or anything, but you know, they looked okay. And then as my nails got long enough underneath the nail, I would take it off and then I started gelling on top of my nail without any extension. And that was excellent. I'm doing the wrong nail. So I am definitely not a manicurist because having a conversation and doing this is a little easier for them, I think. Especially when you're on camera doing this yourself, trying to keep things in focus and centered. Lord have mercy. I think this one's pretty good. Now there's still a bunch. And so I don't want to shape the nail yet until I got the gel off. And like I said, the thumb I'm going to leave, but I am going to take some of this top layer off, you know, the top coat. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. This is not the best of drills, but it sure does the job. Just like when you paint walls, or when if you ever painted anything like that, or stained wood, or mostly painting, you have to have a rough surface. It has to be porous for the paint to stick. Sorry, I'm down a little bit. Porous for the paint to stick, and same as gel. So we need to get it to a point where it's rough, yet smooth, and of course dry. I think that's pretty good. Okay, let me turn that off. So I think here I'm going to take this is a a four-sided buffer. It's pretty good. It's a thicker side. I don't need much more than that. And actually, let me use this one. I'm just going to try and smooth it out a little bit. Just hold it. Use my thumb. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just to get it nice and smooth. Very good. Yeah, that feels. These are my real nails here. So everything you see here are the real ones. They're a little long, and when I'm playing my guitar, it's getting caught over here a little bit because I haven't been filing them as well. I've been sick with influenza for the last week in bed, so I haven't given a shit about anything, to be honest with you. All we're doing is just smoothing it out. This is what the Dremel comes with. We'll grab this guy here. And it's really going to be for right where the cuticles are growing, because we want to get rid of the cuticles. We don't want to, stab ourselves either, but I can really kind of get close and just get under the cuticle a little bit. And you can see it kind of gets rid of some of the dry. I can get in the side a little bit. Just be careful of your skin. It doesn't hurt by any means. Just keep it moving. And it will help get any residual off, including dead skin, which is going to get in the way of the gel. Just a little bit. I'm not going hard. Drawing in the cuticle doesn't hurt, even if it hits your skin. See, doesn't hurt. Personally, think it's pretty good. And my pinky, I kind of let it be. I used to have it kind of long, but I don't anymore. Okay, I think we're good. It's a little. I think we're good. I am happy with that. What I want to do is just see if I could shape them a little bit. So I tend to ramp them. Let me stand up here. I tend to ramp them this way, just a bit, but I want to take them down a little bit. I think they're a little long. Ooh, I'm not going to do any sort of final filing yet, but I want to just get the length. And I am putting a little angle, maybe like that, as opposed to this. I am kind of doing that. Obviously, we want it to be like little picks. We don't want square. And so I do it like this. I don't have a very thick file at the moment. And as I do it, you can see the angle's still there, right? The angle's still there. I just turn it, but not too much, just like that. And that's pretty good, actually. I think I like that. Like a little bit off here. And like level, of course, different. All right. Everyone's nails, I used to think I needed them super long, but then the tone would be very naily. It gets cut. I mean, it gets stuck. So now I keep them relatively short right as I play, like this, right as I play. Right? This one, you can tell it looks kind of weird here, but it's very long too. We're going to make this look a little bit more normal. Grit, but I'm in no big rush. I don't want to overfile. It's looking better. It's a little bit long. Okay. I think I'm pretty good with that. So I'm going to take away this. Just wrap that just a touch. And just all I'm trying to do is prepare it. I'm going to hit the top of it so I get any of the file so there's nothing coming up on this side. Just kind of smooth it out. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's move this out of the way. And now, let's get to the gels, shall we? So the first step, I'm not sponsored by any of these things. I just use them. I like them. So this is a nail prep. It's a dehydrator. And you'll see it's going to dry your skin a lot. Here we go here. But I definitely like to put reasonable amount, especially down here at the base, because this is where nails tend to lift. Fake nails or gel, they tend to lift down there. So you could see how it dries it out, and right. This one too. And I tend to, just for the hell of it, I just do one more, because why not? Just make sure when you're done you oil or lotion your cuticles. And by the way, I used to bite my nails a lot. My nails were very short down the quick, and this has stopped me from doing that. Okay, well, they're dry. So the first part is to hit it with a primer, right? Well, in gel terms, that's going to be the base gel, okay? I use this foundation-based gel. I don't know. I like it. It's called Beetles. I think it's a pretty well-known brand. And this base gel is gel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put a nice thin layer. I'll start with my thumb. Actually, do I like what's happening over here? It's doing some weird stuff. I want to make sure. See, it looks like it's lifting there, but I can't tell. So I'm just going to give it a little file really quick. Downwards. Thumb's kind of long, but I kind of like my thumb long, but I need to barely ramp it. So when you do this, you can see that this gel, it is gel for real. And just wipe a little bit off. You don't need to put a significant amount on, and just get as close as you can to the cuticle. And you don't need much. It's just the base. This is like the primer. If you want everything to stick, you need to get the wall prepped. Right? If you're painting, get the wall prepped, sanded, and primed. Okay? I'm going to just do my thumb first, and then because it's easier to do all my other fingers first. Now this, and you'll see what I mean. Now I got to cure it, and so this is a UV light. And I'm just going to put this under here. I'm actually going to lift it. That's why this is easier to do your thumb first. We're just going to keep this here for a bit. It should turn off in a second. You got to do this between every coat. There we go. And you can see it's going to leave it a little bit extra shiny. Okay, a little bit extra shiny. But wait till you see what happens at the end. It's going to be excellent. So now I'm going to take the same. Okay. And we've already prepped, right? Sanded, primed with the base coat. And I'm just going to get as close as we can. What you don't want to do is get it up on the skin, because then it will kind of tent between the skin and the nail. So if you see that, you know, you're going to need to, excuse me. If you see that, you're going to need to get something in there to clean it, right? If you get too much on the skin, you just want to make sure that's kind of cleared out, okay? So let's complete the others here. So I can start in the middle and then push towards the cuticle, like that. If you start in the middle, push back towards the cuticle, boom, very nice. Okay, so again, middle, push it, and push back towards the cuticle like that. Make sure you get all the edges. That one's on the skin, so we'll clean that off a bit. That one's on the skin too. So all I want to do is just kind of make sure that that's clear, so we don't want it to use your fingernail a little bit, just to kind of clear that out, okay? Definitely don't want that there. I'm happy with that. Let's put all 4 under here for 30 seconds. As you put on the builder gel, you're going to feel a burn, and it hurts. Sometimes you need to take a break. Sometimes if you have some water, you can just spray, but just don't do that. You'll be okay. See how shiny these guys are. See this? Okay. You don't need to do anything in between, but sometimes it will burn. You'll see it. So really light coat, nothing fancy here. You don't want air bubbles. You want it to be flat. There we go. Just easy. That is going to be the end of phase 2, maybe, which is our base gel. We did the prep, and then we did the nail dehydrator, and then you do the base gel, right? You got to prepare the drywall. And after this, we don't have many more steps. It's pretty much a paint and UV, paint and UV, paint and UV. Probably 3 more, and we'll be done. The next one that we're going to do is really going to put some good strength onto the nail to prevent the bending. You know, I'm just going to do this. Right, I'm going to hold it. You know, I say prevent the bending, but sometimes, you know, you're just unconsciously flailing your arms around and you hit a wall or you hit something and you know, straight on, maybe a drawer, and you break your nail. So if you have the builder gel on, it makes them strong, man. It makes them so strong. Okay, so that's good. So the builder gel, this stuff right here, this is the stuff that you build nail, like what I did my thumb here. You know, you have to put something underneath it, and then you build on it, peel it off, but we're not going to talk about that. But it is made for that kind of thing. So here we go once again. This is a builder gel. Okay. Geez, next thing you know, I'm going to have a makeup lesson. Okay. Now, this stuff is very viscous. You can see this, right? Let me see. You don't need a lot, and as you hold it here, you'll see it will start to drip. You'll get a drip on this thing. So I don't really need it here. I'm happy with the strength of this one, but on here, what we're going to do is, I'm just trying to get a little bit to drip off. I'll show you. I like a little more. And I can kind of, if you can see closely here, I can kind of, I'm building it a little bit. And all I pretty much want to do is I'm going to take a little bit off, go across that middle section like that. Yeah, so if you look on the side, let's see if I can get this. I want to get right here. There's a little divot in this. That's hard for me to show you here. But I'm trying to give a little bit of strength right here because this would be the pivot point. If I was to hit a wall, right, the pivot point would be that the middle section. There's a little dip in the nail, and that's what prevents it. So it is self-leveling. A little bit maybe thicker than I would like it, but I'm going to leave it. I'm actually going to put that one under the light really quick, just to kind of stop it from dripping. So give me a sec. And the other ones, the other two, I'm going to go quickly. Okay, I'm just going to give that a little, oh yeah, that's starting to burn. Okay, so here, don't need much. I just want a little bit on the end, but most of it I'm kind of putting right in the middle of the nail. And it is going underneath a little bit, so we'll have to make sure we file pretty well there. Okay, that was a little gloop. Let me see if I can get some of that off. Okay. And let's see if we can do the same here. I'm just kind of, I shouldn't tap it too much because we, like I said, we don't want the air bubbles. But this stuff will dry very hard. And if we can just get it right there. Some people say if you let it sit upside down, every manicure say put it upside down and it kind of self-levels. It kind of finds its way to the middle. And let's put these underneath and see what happens. Hey, look, worst comes to worst. File that bad boy off, you know, if it's not right. But I've had to do it. I've had bad applications in some areas, and I've just filed it down a little bit and reapplied. Easy peasy. So I feel it getting a little bit hot, like a burn, but it's not bad at all. Sometimes it's been really bad, and I've had to, sorry about the shake, I've had to remove my hands. But it doesn't last. Once it's done, it's done. It's not like a burn from a, you know, from a stove or something like that. Okay, that's done. Now, I'm just having a look at this. I'll see if I can show you too. See if I can show you too. Okay, that's that. So here's where the fun happens. Here's where it starts to look really nice. There's really no difference in what we're doing. All I'm going to do is just make sure that I don't have anything in the cuticle right there, any gel in the cuticle right there. Okay, that's fine. And this is pretty dry now, by the way, so it's not, it looks wet. As I say that, I just put a little fingerprint, but that's all right, that'll get covered anyway. So now we have these two. Now for the top coat, okay? So over here, this is obviously the shiny, and this one is the matte. Look at your fingernails and determine which one is going to be best. For me, this one looks super natural, and I think for most men it will too. Unless you like shiny. Hey, some people like to paint their nails. I used to put some clear polish on. So once again, we've prepped, we've based twice. This is optional depending on how strong or thin your nails are. Right from the base, 2 bases to 2 top coats in your set. So let's do it. This is not as viscous. This is going to be just like the base coat. And so we're going to put this on here same way. Wait till you see what this does to the nail. This is the magic, and it is so cool. So I'm just being real careful to kind of get it all, but stay off the skin. Once again, not that it's problematic, you know, it's not going to hurt your skin, but if you tent it between the skin and the nail, it'll lift and chip, and that's not what we want. Here we go. So let's do that. I'm good with that. Nice. We're going to do 2 nice thin coats. Okay, I can't see. I tell you, it's hard to do this. Okay. Okay, it's challenging. And then let's just make this one. Oh gosh, that was horrible. Get a little. I gotta slow down there. Let me clear out some of this problem areas I think that I did here. So no matter what you use, like I said, to clear it, I can see that there's maybe some connection between there and there. File it off. So watch this. We're going to do these 4 first. These 3 first. I can kind of get all 4 in at the same time, so let's try that. By the way, which is weird. Maybe I didn't put enough. We'll see here. I'm not going crazy, but I am putting a little bit more this time because this top coat, once cured, should almost look like this, which is totally matte. Well, there's that. So I had a little bit of a yuck right there. I'm just going to wipe that off. I like it. I'm just going to take it right off. Easy peasy. And then we're going to put it right back on again. Just stop being an idiot. Put a little bit less. Okay. I think we're good there. And I have a little bit off to the side, which I don't like. Like I said, we don't want that. We don't want that. It's going to be more work later. Let's see how this all works out. Oh yeah, that one's smart. I'll do my thumb again after. The kit of these, the 3 of them, which was the top, the base, and the 2 different top coats, was maybe $15, probably. Oh, I need that still. And the builder gel was probably $8, maybe 9. This is probably 5. It's not a lot, considering. Now remember what I said these nails are about to look like. It's very cool. Not quite done yet. I needed a little more. Looks nice, right? Like I said, a little dry skin here, a little old cut, but that's that. And there you go. Now it's time to file them. And same way, file them as you would. Now you're going to get some gel underneath it. You could use one of these too, it doesn't matter. They're really good, strong. This is a glass file that really smooths out everything underneath once I'm kind of there. It'll get it really shiny. Right? This tip is also good for underneath. I wouldn't put it too high, and I'd be pretty gentle. But it will clear out any gel that got underneath, because it will. Just be careful, that's all. I'm going to do that here because I think I got something I like. And it'll help get a little bit deeper, get any of those things that will possibly catch as you're playing, especially on this end. I'll leave it like that. So, there you go. That's how you do at-home gel manicure for men or women. Technique is all the same. Now, really, you see how it's all really dry? Got to get some oil on that, olive oil or cuticle oil, or some really good lotion, and that'll take care of it. But there you go. There you have it. What a journey that was. Fresh nails, excited to file them down and give them a little play. If this is your first time, thanks for coming. Check out the first episode to see what we're doing. In general, we drink a little booze, we practice pieces, and we work on performance anxiety by playing for you in front of the camera. And you know what? It's getting better every single time. So, sorry we didn't have any booze. No, you know what? Screw it. What should we do? I changed my mind. We're doing Michter's American Bourbon. Can't go wrong with Michter's all day long. I'm just going to have a touch because I don't want too much. Cheers. It's been wonderful having you. Thanks again for joining Strings and Spirits. Oh yeah.